Hello and welcome to how to make a Prezi presentation, a courseware on designing and making zooming presentations with Prezi. In the previous video, we already made our Prezi account, and in this video, we are planning out our presentation before actually making one. So before we begin with making the presentation, let me lecture you something about planning out your presentations. When you make a presentation, first to consider is you write a good story. You have to think of something that will wow your audience or capture the attention of your audience. And then after that, you create a state-of-the-art slides. Prezi takes care of that, but just because you have Prezi, it doesn't mean that it's already a good presentation. Okay, so first, in making the presentation, be visual. Use more pictures, more pics, less text, unless of course it's a typography presentation. Let the audience listen to you and not just read the text on your presentation. Think visuals as just a support to your speech. If you have a message, make sure that you tell it from the slides and make your audience not forget about that message. Okay, and then the last is be a better presenter. As a presenter, you practice your presentation, know your story well, and always focus on that message that you want to convey. With that, we will now create our first Prezi presentation. So there are three ways. First is you can use a template. There are lots of templates that we can use when making a Prezi presentation. So this is an example of a template. So let's use this one, use template. It will load up the template with the pictures with it. So see, it's actually very nice to have a template. It makes making the presentation a lot easier. Next, if you already have a previously made PowerPoint presentation, you can just import it in Prezi. So you should have a blank Prezi, and then, for example, I have this one, previously made PowerPoint presentation I have prepared especially for this courseware. Okay, we will try to import this one in Prezi. So to do that, we go to insert and then select PowerPoint, and then I will just import that PowerPoint presentation that I've showed you earlier and click open. The file is then uploaded to Prezi, and then each slide will be available on this side of Prezi for you to drag and drop over the canvas. Okay, for example, the first slide, you can just perform a drag and then drop it here. Click the check, and that's it. You already have the first slide. In order for you to zoom into that, you can use your mouse wheel or just click on it and then zoom to frame. So this is our first slide. But of course, the PowerPoint presentation is not that compatible with Prezi. So expect that there may be some text that will get out of the frames. Okay, but all of the slides are already imported here. It is now up to you to drag and drop and arrange them to wherever you want to place the slides. Next is with the use of a reusable Prezi presentation. So what's a reusable Prezi presentation? There are lots of Prezis out there that you can just use for your own presentation. So let's go to explore and find some Prezis that are reusable. Okay, just click here and let's try searching for color. So we have the results for 88 Prezi users, but we'll be concerned more on this. Okay, these Prezis over here are reusable Prezis, which we can just, for example, this one, click on it and then make a copy. When you are going to make a copy of this Prezi, it will be automatically saved on your own Prezis. So let's go back to our Prezis, and here you go. So we have this Prezi presentation that we have searched earlier that we can edit as our own. Okay, here. So the pictures are loaded. We can zoom into these frames over here. Zoom to frame so that you can see all of the graphics. I'm using my mouse wheel, or you can use also this tool at the right side of your screen for you to be able to zoom into these images or frames, and then you can edit it as your own, like so. Okay, so that's how we use a reusable Prezi presentation. But for the purpose of this courseware, we will start off with a blank presentation, but I will base the presentation that I am going to make on that PowerPoint presentation about how color affects communication. Okay, so to do that, for us to have a blank presentation, we just go back to my Prezis, okay, right here, and then click New Prezi. We won't be using any themes or templates. We'll just be using a blank presentation. Start blank Prezi, and then remove this one. Okay, so on the next video, we will be customizing our Prezi by adding background images and customizing the theme. So see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.